Hello students, welcome to Easy Elimu Learning Simplified. I am your teacher, Mr. Stanley Ombogo. So students, in this session, we are going to look at the topic that is use of transitional words and phrases. So transitional words and phrases are broad. So in this session, we are going to focus on use of transitional words and phrases that add information, meaning that these transitional words and phrases that we are going to talk about have got different that is uses and the purposes in a sentence. So first things first, I'm gonna start by defining the two terms, that is transition and again phrases, before we get to look at the main things. So transitions are words or phrases that specify a relationship between sentences and between paragraphs. So they can also be called connectors simply because they join two ideas. They join two ideas in a sentence. Then there is the word phrase or phrases that has been used in defining transition. So when we talk about a phrase or phrases, these are a group of words within a sentence that help make the sentence complete. Or we can talk about a unit of words within a sentence or within paragraphs. So that is what a phrase is in simple terms. Now back to the transitions, which is the main thing in the lesson. So just like I was saying, these transitions help direct the reader from one idea to another. They're used to, they have got different uses actually. They have got different uses. For example, there are also other uses apart from the one that we are going to look at, that is use of transitional words that show addition. We have got those that are used to show sequence. We have those that are used to indicate that is consequences, and we also have those that show causes, and others show effect, and lastly we have some others that are used to express contrast. So they are often referred to as connectors because they show connection between sentences. Now let's begin by looking at the first category, that is use of transitional words that show addition. So I'm going to give examples. So below are some common transitional words that are used to add information. So they give additional information apart from the information that we already have. So the first one we have besides. So an example in sentence: besides being a writer, Lucy is a painter. So the information that we have is that or what is known by many is that Lucy is a writer. But there is also this additional information that we are given about Lucy that probably some people do not know or are not aware of. That is the fact that Lucy is also a painter. So besides here is a word. It is a transitional word that has been used to give an additional information about that is the subject. Then also remember that these transitional words can be put either at the beginning of a sentence or in the middle. And in most cases, when they appear at the beginning, the second idea is normally introduced, or the second part or phrase is introduced by a comma, as indicated there. So another example of a transitional word that can be used to give additional information is moreover. So we have an example in sentence: Angie saw that there was indeed a man immediately behind her. Moreover, he was observing her strangely. So analyze, if you try to analyze this sentence, you realize that we have got two parts. The first part is that Angie saw that there was indeed a man immediately behind her. So that is a complete that is a complete sentence. It is a complete sentence because it is expressing a complete thought. Then there is the second bit that uh, he was observing her strangely, which is now an additional information that is also given, or something that Angie was able to observe, apart from the fact that the man was following immediately behind her. So there is more of us now been used to introduce the second idea by now giving more information about the whole the whole scene or the whole event. So Angie saw that there was indeed a man immediately behind her, full stop. Moreover, comma, he was observing her strangely. The man was observing her strangely. So there is also the use of there is this word again, which is also a transitional word. And the example that we have in a sentence is that the wages were low, but they made half as much again in tips. So we have got two ideas again in this sentence. If I try to break it down, the first idea is that, or the first information that we have, is that the wages were low, full stop. The wages were low. That is also expressing a complete thought. And another thing, we can also assume that the workers made half as much as the wages in tips. So those are two ideas. The first one is the fact that the wages were low. Then the second idea is that the workers made half as much as the wages, that is in tips. Now, if we are to use again to join the two ideas, and again, this is why we call them connectors. So we'll have one complete sentence that reads, the wages were low, but they made half as much again in tips. So again, also has been used to give an additional information. So there is also another common word that we use in our speeches, that is and. So and is also used to give additional information. So the examples that we have in sentences here are, it's just an example. So if it came to a choice and this was the worst thing, she would turn her back on her parents. If it came to a choice and this was the first thing, I mean the worst thing, she would turn a back on her parents. Another word that we have is furthermore. Furthermore. And the example in sentence we have, the cost of that book is high. Furthermore, it lacks some essential information. Again, trying to break that sentence into so that we get the two ideas that have been connected using furthermore, or that additional information that has been introduced by furthermore. There is the cost of that book is high. That is uh, an idea. It is expressing a thought. That is complete. The cost of the book is high. Then another idea is that the book lacks some essential information. So if we are to use furthermore to add that on top of the fact that the cost is high, then we will say that the cost of that book is high. Furthermore, it lacks some essential information. We have also that I've been using a lot, that is throughout the lesson. Example in sentence, thieves fear mob justice, full stop. There is also the fear of being caught red-handed. That is also giving another additional information. Then we have another one that is also that is also part of our subtopic. In addition, in addition. So she was offered a good salary for the job. In addition, she was given a free car. So that is also introducing an additional information. There is also this word another. And an example in sentence we have, another problem associated with increased crime is lack of employment. Another problem associated with increased crime is lack of employment. So another there has also been used to give additional information. So other examples of transitional phrases are used to give additional information that you can use to do more practice. Include further, to, then, of equal importance, equally important, etc., etc. So if you feel that there are those that we have not mentioned, please, you can show them in the comment section. Until next time, dear students, thank you for watching till the end, and keep it easy, Elimu, always. Bye.